like 4050 brushes, which is like 3 hairs on a brush. And I wear special glasses, otherwise I won't be able to see what I'm doing. And I will demonstrate the method to which I do this with the fabric. And I usually use a light box. Do you guys have light boxes? No? Okay, that's why I brought mine.
Oh, good.
Did you make all of them or just one and then like?
No, I made all of them. I didn't make a stencil because on this type of fabric, this is another thing that you have to figure out. On this type of fabric, how the paint reacts to it. This is very thin, and you got to add certain things, mediums to the paint so it doesn't run and bleed. And if you do a stencil, it'll bleed. I'll show you how to make your own stencils as well. I brought stuff for that. I brought stuff to do foiling. If you guys are interested in that kind of foiled look. This is a hand foiling job I did for a t-shirt for a doll. So you lay down some glue with a tiny, tiny squeeze bottom with like a metal tip, you know, like they do cake decorating, the frosting, you know. And then you have to let it dry overnight, or I brought a blow dryer, and then you stick the foil on. So I brought some foiling supplies for you guys. Also, they'll give me an idea that they want. Okay, this peppermint thing, and I also had to paint the button because they didn't have charms that matched this idea. I painted the leggings, and then we went ahead and I did a repeat for a dress because they did want it to. They cost reduced it. So do you know what that means? So yeah, they couldn't afford to do this style. So I came up on Illustrator. I don't know if I brought the overall print, but you know, things change every 10 minutes. You know, they'll say, okay, I want this. No, let's change the color. We got to do less. We can't afford to do 6 colors on screen. Can you make it 4? So.
Did you do that pattern?
Yeah. This is for Victoria Justice, or the TV show Victorious, because they have the Nickelodeon. We have a Nickelodeon license. And sometimes I have to do sports little dealies, so I did a handbag, and I had to do it on Illustrator, and I traced it. I have this stuff called Cerol paper, which is kind of like the old-fashioned graphite paper, or what was it called? Carbon paper? Yeah, like carbon paper. But it comes in different colors, so if you're working on fabric, it comes in white, it comes in yellow, it comes in red, it comes in blue, so you can see what you're doing. So if you're working on something that's a dark color, and you have to trace it on top of that, because it sometimes won't show through the light box. So this, I traced it on top of the handbag, and it's like a vinyl, so I did a special kind of vinyl paint, you know, that cell vinyl, which they use at Mattel, which I don't really like because it's kind of dull. So then you have to add like a gloss. Anyway, so that's that. And then, you know, they'll give me a pattern of a pant, and I'll have to measure to see the scale of the design. You know, I'm used to working in doll scale, which is smaller than people clothes, but sometimes I really need the pattern. And then when I do the mechanical art, the control art for China, I trace the pattern and I do the engineer placement so China knows where they're printing it. So this is like a photo model for whatever pants that I do. So it really varies what I do. It depends on the fabric. It depends, you know, the kind of paint. If I'm doing it on the dress that's already made, or if I'm doing it on like the cut and sew. I really like doing it on the flat piece. Rather than do it on here, because I have to stick little tiny pieces of cardboard or plastic in it and then stretch it out. It's just hard. And sometimes, believe it or not, I have to do it on the model itself. Like I remember at Mattel, I was painting the bathing suits on the body, or bathing suits, the actual garment on the body, because they couldn't take it off because it was all pinned in and they didn't want to ruin it. So it's a strange skill, but I'm glad I have it. So, and then this is a print that somebody else made, which is cool. Just give me work. I don't care if somebody else made it. And they said, you know, Nina, it didn't print out the right colors. Let me give you the Pantone chips and match it. And that's another thing I like doing is matching colors. I'm really good at that. And I'm happiest when I'm mixing paint. I blare my music. I do a little bossa nova all over the house, and I just like, wow, I get to mix paint today. You know, it doesn't take me long, and that's why they give it to me, because it just takes me an hour to do like 12 colors. So this is the hand painted fabric to look like this. These were the real colors. This is what the computer or the printer printed out, and it printed out the wrong colors. So that's what makes my job valuable. I color correct. You know what I mean? And if they, a lot of companies like Mattel have their own printer and they print on their own fabric, but a lot of times the ink is the wrong color and it doesn't look bright enough. It's not saturated. You know how it looks kind of dull? So then give it to me and I will punch it up, make it brighter, like add a little neon to it, add some glitter to it, because those printers, they don't print out glitter, they don't print out foil, and you know, if you take it downtown or China, they want 1,500 yards minimum, and you're only doing 1 to 6 dolls, so it doesn't, it's not cost effective. So anyway, I wanted to get you guys like relaxed, and I'm going to let you sketch an idea of maybe a pattern, and we'll get back to it. And I will set up my little table. I'm going to demonstrate how I actually paint on fabric. And I gave you the dots because it's simple and fun colors, and everybody will get a chance on the swatch to paint, and I'll just like put some paint in little cups for everybody. That's okay. It's just like those two colors. I don't know if you have brushes, but I brought everything. So let me set up for that. So you guys relax. I'm going to put on my Pandora and get comfortable, okay?